I was so ready to celebrate this weekend, but after watching the Nintendo Direct this morning, I just feel rough. That was probably the worst Nintendo Direct I've ever sat through. Not because there wasn't nothing in it. There was plenty of announcements, but because of how empty and cynical the whole thing felt. We got old ports being resold at full price. We got filler spin-offs and half-baked sports titles. We got a Virtual Boy revival that feels like a parody. And somehow, after nearly 10 whole years of waiting, Metroid Prime 4 comes back with a motorcycle. But the thing that really broke my heart was Pokemon. They're advertising paid DLC for Pokémon Legends Z-A, a game that doesn't even release until October. That's not excitement, that's a scam. And it's a perfect example of how this direct felt. Corporate, calculated, and completely out of touch. So today I want to go through every announcement, one by one, and talk about why this direct wasn't just disappointing. It was the worst thing I've ever seen. Let's start with how Nintendo opened the show. Mario's 40th anniversary, a huge milestone. You think they'd go all out. A new 3D Mario, maybe Odyssey 2, maybe something unexpected. Mario Maker 3. I couldn't have been the only one that thought that, right? Instead, we got announcements for a museum and a movie. Listen, I love Mario as much as anyone, but a museum exhibit and a teaser for the Galaxy-themed Mario movie sequel aren't the kind of things that should headline a direct. That's just PR filler. That's stuff you post on Twitter. And then we got the big reveal, Super Mario Galaxy Delta, which on the surface, it sounds great. But dig deeper. What we're really getting is two Wii games from 2007 and 2010, repackaged with slightly higher resolution, some UI tweaks, assist mode, and a handful of extra storybook chapters. That's it. Wait, really? No, it's not worth it. And the price, $70. That's not worth it. For games that we've already bought and played and rebought on the Switch. Enhanced for Switch 2, sure, but let's be real. These are Wii games. They're not remakes. They're not rebuilt in Unreal Engine 5. Like, come on. They're the same games with a higher sticker price. This set the tone for the entire Direct. Nostalgia dressed up as something new. Sold at a premium. Next came Mario Tennis Fever. And that's when I knew. Okay. Alright, that's when I started scrolling through, Another Mario sports game, because apparently we haven't had enough. They bragged about 30 new Fever rackets. Really? Which are gimmick power-ups and 38 playable characters. Whoa. Oh, Smash Ultimate had nearly 90, and that feels like it has 10, so. I like Mario sports games, don't get me wrong. But this is just another round of recycled ideas with a shiny coat of paint. It's not pushing the series forward, it's not innovative, it's just another Mario sports game to fill a release slot. And then, as if to rub salt in the wound, we got Super Mario Bros. Wonder Switch 2 Edition. This is a game that came out last year, now being resold as a deluxe version with some added content and a talking flower toy. Okay, that's pretty cool actually. That's not an announcement, that's a cash grab. It's like The Last of Us 2. It's frustrating to just like it. It's frustrating because Nintendo knows people will double dip. They know Wonder was such a success and now they're squeezing it again. This is not creativity, it's accounting. Milking that flower. That elephant. Then we got into what I'd call the filler block. Yoshi, oh come on. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is cute. I hope it's on Switch 1, because, it's not Crisis. You know what I mean? And then Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC. Paid DLC announced on the same day. If that doesn't scream, we ship the game incomplete, I don't know what does. The base game was already criticized for being shallow and dumb, and now they're adding Emerald Rush quotas like it's supposed to get people excited. If anything, it just shows how little content there was to begin with. Amateurs. This section just drove home how padded the Direct felt. Nothing bad on its own, but none of it worthy of the spotlight. And then, guess what? Pokemon! Oh, okay, this is actually cool. First was Pokemon Poketopia, whatever. It's like Animal Crossing, but Pokemon. How cool is that, huh? They should release it on the Switch 1, because no one's going to buy a Switch 2 for that. But the real moment, the one that completely inspired me, was Pokémon Legends Z-A. Not the game itself. That actually looks promising. No, it doesn't. It's Pokemon. But the fact that they announced paid DLC for it before the game is even out. Think about it. They're showing Mega Evolution DLC, Mega Chestnut, Mega Delphox. Delphox is cool. Isn't that the Firefox? Mega Greninja, and locking it behind ranked battles and pre-order incentives. Really? The game launches in October. We don't know even if it'll run properly yet. It'll probably be 15 frames like Scarlet and Violet, and they're already upselling us on expansions. This is not hype. This is not exciting. It's exploitative. Imagine pre-ordering a game and having the company already advertise the DLC before you've even seen reviews of the base product. That's a Pokemon company and Nintendo right now. And the worst part, everyone's gonna buy it. Myself included, probably. But that doesn't make it okay. It just proves Nintendo knows exactly how far they can push, and they're pushing further every day. Then came the third-party block, and honestly, it looked decent at a first glance. Final Fantasy V11 Remake Intergrade. Amazing game, one of my favorites of the last generation. But yeah, I played it. But here it is again, delayed, sold on a game key card, and almost guaranteed to run worse than it does on a PS3. Resident Evil Requiem plus RE7 and RE8 Gold Editions. Huge deaths for Switch 2, no doubt. But again, are you really going to choose the Switch 2 to play this on? The Steam Deck exists. Hades 2? Who cares? Do you guys like Hades 2? I hate it. Comment down below if you enjoy it. This is the illusion of third-party support. On paper, it looks like a win. In reality, they're always the worst version of the game, and in some cases, late. Reminds me of the Wii U. Remember that? Remember Watch Dogs on the Wii U? Remember Watch Dogs on the Switch? No, it didn't come to Switch. Watch Dogs 2? Pfft, get out of town. That would be sick if they could do it. It wouldn't be that cool. And then we got to the part of the Direct that felt like a parody. Virtual Boy Classics. Yeah, really. Nintendo is bringing back the Virtual Boy, complete with a new accessory and a cardboard version. It's like they took every meme about Lando and decided to make it real. Nobody asked for this. The Virtual Boy was a failure for a reason. Reviving it in 2025 feels like self-parody. And very low effort. Bring the DS back. Come on, man. Then more Amiibo. Always more Amiibo. Mario, Kirby, Metroid, Zelda, Donkey Kong, Animal Crossing, Pokemon Pokopia is gonna have an amiibo of Ditto mid-transformation. And then Overcooked 2, Switch 2 edition. They actually spent direct time announcing a new chef character, a Platinum Platypus. That's really cool. Only on Switch 2? Shoot. Alright, well, buy the Switch 2. Maybe the big reveals even saved it. No, not really. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, after almost a decade of waiting, it's finally here, and yeah, it looks good, until you see Samus riding around on a technologically advanced bike called Viola. It's like they looked at Halo Infinite's open world and said, what if Metroid was Forza? It's not what fans have been begging for. It feels tonally off, like Nintendo doesn't even understand its own series. Neither do I. Who cares? Who cares? Metroid, come on. Fire Emblem, Fortune's Weave. Who don't snatch it? Dragon Quest 7 reimagined. I can't even imagine caring. And even the precises, like Monster Hunter Stories 3, felt like padding. Save sequels, nothing bold. So when you put it all together, what did we get? Not much. We got a platypus in Overcooked, which is awesome. But is that only on Switch 2? What do you guys think? This was not exciting. It was not inspiring. It was cynical. It was padded. It was Nintendo at their most corporate and least creative. And that's why, for me, it's the worst Direct in the world's history. Because sure, there were announcements. Sure, some of these games might even end up being fun. But the way they were presented, the way Nintendo framed this Direct as a huge event, they made it clear. They're not interested in surprising us anymore. They're interested in reselling us the past and monetizing the future before it even exists. And the saddest part, I'm still going to buy it. You're still going to buy it. Because we love Nintendo and they know it. And until we stop clapping and stop rapping, until we stop rewarding this kind of Direct, nothing is going to be next. Because if nothing changes, then this was the worst Direct in the world. So, yeah, they gotta do better. Like Xbox. Nintendo should take a page out of Xbox's book. What do you guys think about that? Thanks.